Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine waking up 12,000 years ago. There are no cities, no roads, no electricity, only endless forests, towering mountains, and the sound of wild animals echoing through the night. In the center of a small tribal camp, a fire burns brightly. An old shaman slowly reaches into a leather pouch and pulls out a handful of dried leaves. Without saying a word, he throws them into the flames. A thick cloud of fragrant smoke rises into the sky. The tribe watches in complete silence. The old man inhales the smoke, closes his eyes, and suddenly begins speaking words that no one else understands. To the tribe, he isn't talking to people. He's talking to the spirits. But here's the real mystery. Was this the first human to ever smoke? Or had humanity discovered the power of smoke thousands of years before anyone ever recorded history? The answer takes us on one of the most fascinating journeys into our ancient past.
Today, smoking is one of the most controversial habits in the world. Millions of people associate it with cigarettes, addiction, and disease. But that's only a tiny chapter in a much older story. Long before factories, long before tobacco companies, even before the invention of writing, humans were already fascinated by smoke. Not because it looked cool, not because it relieved stress, but because they believed smoke could connect them to something beyond this world. The history of smoking isn't just the history of tobacco. It's the history of human curiosity, and it begins thousands of years before civilization itself.
No historian can point to the exact day humans first started smoking, but scientists believe the discovery happened naturally. Early humans spent much of their lives around campfires. As different plants accidentally burned, they noticed something strange. Some plants produced pleasant aromas. Others made people feel calm. A few caused dizziness, dream-like experiences, or vivid hallucinations. Naturally, curiosity took over. Humans began testing different leaves, herbs, bark, and roots. Over generations, they learned which plants could heal, which could relax the body, and which were believed to open the mind to the spirit world. What began as simple experimentation slowly became an important part of tribal life. For ancient people, smoke was never just smoke. It was alive. Many tribes believed that smoke carried prayers into the sky. As the smoke rose higher and higher, it was thought to deliver messages directly to ancestors and gods. Shamans, who acted as healers, spiritual guides, and storytellers, often used smoke during ceremonies. Before hunting, before battles, before important decisions, special herbs would be burned. Some cultures believed the smoke protected them from evil spirits. Others believed it cleansed both the body and the soul. To modern eyes, it may seem like superstition, but for ancient humans, these rituals formed the foundation of their understanding of the universe. For decades, archaeologists wondered whether these stories were true. Then came an incredible discovery. Researchers uncovered ancient smoking pipes in North America containing microscopic traces of tobacco. The pipes were estimated to be nearly 12,000 years old. That means humans were intentionally smoking plants long before the pyramids were built, long before Stonehenge, and thousands of years before the first great civilizations appeared. The discovery completely changed what historians believed. It proved that smoking wasn't a modern invention. It was an ancient tradition passed down through countless generations.
Surprisingly, tobacco wasn't the only plant ancient people smoked.
Different cultures used whatever grew naturally around them. Some burned sage. Others used cedar. Certain tribes mixed several herbs together for healing rituals. Each plant had its own meaning. Some were believed to purify the air. Others helped people relax before ceremonies. And some were thought to produce visions that allowed shamans to communicate with the spiritual world. Every culture developed its own traditions, yet they all shared one belief: smoke was powerful.
Everything changed in the late 1400s. When European explorers reached the Americas, they encountered indigenous communities using tobacco in ceremonies and everyday life. The explorers were fascinated. They carried tobacco seeds back to Europe. Within only a few centuries, tobacco spread across nearly every continent. Soon, it became a valuable trade product. Then, factories began producing cigarettes in enormous numbers. Advertising transformed smoking into a symbol of fashion and status. A practice that once represented spirituality slowly became one of the world's largest commercial industries. The meaning of smoke had completely changed. The next time you see smoke rising into the air, remember, its story didn't begin with cigarettes. It began around ancient campfires, among hunter-gatherers searching for answers about life, nature, and the unknown. What started as a sacred ritual evolved into a global habit that changed human history forever. Sometimes, the smallest discoveries, a burning leaf, a strange aroma, a curious experiment, can shape the future of an entire civilization. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten mystery, make sure to subscribe, because history is filled with secrets that most people have never heard. And in the next episode, we'll uncover another one.